Tree Country 1330 WTRE. It's 8:37 on this sunny Thursday morning. We've got the YMCA joining us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're back. We haven't scared you away yet.
No, not yet.
And you've made it past your 90 days now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm 120 somewhere in there.
So you're good.
So I'm a third more experienced than I was last time I was here.
That's right. Well, you guys, it's been a busy school. The school year started off. You guys
Yep.
are doing the after school program. So let's touch on that real
Sure.
quick. Yesterday with all the weather, we know that the county schools had to release early.
Yep.
So, when those changes come about, you guys are able to convey that out to parents. And so let's just touch on that stuff.
Yeah, I think the schools do a really good job of that for us. We did field a lot of phone calls in the office immediately when that message went out, and we were kind of getting the message. It was they made the decision pretty quickly, and then we're getting kids on the bus and home pretty quickly. So everything worked out fine that I heard. I was still sitting at the front desk, and phone was ringing, back to back to back. So yeah, everything worked out fine. I think everybody got home safely, and there were nobody left behind. So
very good. That's been a good program. It's in the schools this year versus coming to used to it kind of split, came to the Y as well as in the schools. So this year you've integrated it just into the schools.
That's correct. Yeah, and this is our first year having it at North Decatur and South Decatur. It's going really well. We have, give or take at the day, about 120 registered. It really increased the day before school started. We had a few folks that waited, which is fine. It's presented some challenges on staffing, but that's okay. We've got people hired and we're ready to go, and we're pretty confident about our program. We've got great leaders in those schools too. So we're very excited. It's made it a little bit more quiet at the YMCA in the afternoons, especially on days like yesterday when people aren't really coming in, and it's almost like a ghost town in there. But the volume has definitely dropped. And then you have the preschool that just started as well. And of course, kids' first week at preschool, they're all very very shy, and in fact my niece is at the preschool this year.
Okay.
So I checked on her on day one, and she kind of looked at me and, yeah, it's going okay.
Next week they come out of their shell. Get ready.
Yeah. The volume will go up a little bit.
It'll be a little lively.
Yep.
If someone is interested in the after school program, is there still room left at any of the schools?
Yes, absolutely. Yep, there's still room, plenty of room. But just go online or call the YMCA at 812-663-9622, and we can get you the information there.
And you guys provide care until, is it 6 o'clock?
6 o'clock. I believe the pickup is by 6 o'clock, yes.
Okay, so that's a pretty good coverage after school
Absolutely,
for parents
yeah,
working.
Sure.
Good deal. Well, what else has been happening at the Y? It's been busy, I know.
Well, I told you off air, I was preparing my notes to come on today, and I was like, well, what am I going to talk about today? And then I started writing stuff down, and I was like, I actually don't think I'm going to have enough time to talk about everything that I need to talk about. But first, I should probably talk about the promotions that we have going on. We still have the 100 days for the $100, and that's going on through September 4th, which is, I think, the Friday before Labor Day. That is a great way to make like a non-long-term, not super invested financial commitment to an experience at the Y. So that's a really good way for you to just be introduced to the YMCA. There's no joiner's fee with that. It's just $100, and you get 100 days, and you get access to everything that's at the YMCA.
So as long as you do it by that September 4th, you get 100 days after that.
That is correct. Yeah,
Okay.
that's a promotion that we've been running, I think, since early summer, maybe even before school let out. So that's all the way until September 4th. And then also the month of August is for all school employees in the county is no joiner's fee as well. And that's, sometimes that's a barrier for some people. It's they can handle the monthly membership, but then it's an additional fee up front. So we've waived that for all school employees. All you need to do is come in and present your school ID at the front desk, and someone from membership services will take care of you and get you signed up.
Very nice. Well, we're talking about membership too. I want to put out, you guys do have your scholarship still available.
Yeah, always. Yeah, always scholarship. If we never want that, like I mentioned last time, we never want that to be a barrier. And sometimes I just encourage people to walk in the door, or just make the phone call, whichever you're comfortable with. We have great people in our membership services that will be able to answer, I think, every question. I pepper them with questions all the time because I'm still learning, right?
Sure,
there are little intricacies to, for example, if somebody wants to come in who's a senior citizen, they're not sure if their insurance covers it. In fact, one story I want to share is when I took the job at the YMCA, there were people in my extended friend group or family that I need to check that out. And so my grandmother, I spoke with my grandmother, and she said, I think I checked a long time ago and my insurance didn't cover it, so I didn't think it was really in the cards for us to become a member at the time. I don't even know how long ago that was. But insurance has changed. Those rules change
Constantly.
all the time. So I said, look, just come in, and then if your insurance doesn't cover it, I'll give you a guest pass for the day. So that barrier was gone, and she walked in, and lo and behold, her insurance covers it, and she's been going to yoga, stretch, and I think
I love that.
chair yoga for the last 3 weeks.
I
So,
love it.
yeah, it does take that, the YMCA can help in a lot of ways, but oftentimes it takes the person, that first decision, and we can be attacked by, paralysis by analysis sometimes. And, well, what if I can't do this? And we had some people want to use a monthly pass that they were awarded in some raffle at some point, but they gave it to somebody. And they said, can I do that? Can I transfer that? Well, there's no name on it. Of course you can. But sometimes it takes those questions being asked to remove that uncertainty.
Absolutely.
And there's plenty of people at the YMCA that have answers to those questions.
And I find they are so helpful. You walk in the door and somebody will find you the answer to whatever you're after. So.
Absolutely, yep. And one of my favorite things to do, I make it a point to kind of be all over the facility. I want to meet as many people as I can, and that's really the only way for me to learn about what's working in our areas and what's not, and talk to both members and employees both. But when I get a chance and somebody new walks in the door, typically we give them a tour, and I love taking that because I'm going to learn something in that conversation that I can help that person with, or I can pass it along to somebody in aquatics or wellness, and they can help. So. That's kind of one of my favorite things to do. So if you've never been into the YMCA, just come take a tour. And if I'm up there, I'll be the one to give it to you.
Exposure, I think, is a big piece of it, because once you get to see it and see what the parts of the YMCA, because it's not just a gym and it's not just a pool. There's a lot of different pieces.
No, there's so much to do, which I think can be overwhelming for sometimes too. I had my cousin's wife said that she had joined the YMCA a long time ago, but I don't think she took advantage of maybe the orientation that we offer in wellness, and she didn't know how to use any of the equipment, and she never took that next step to ask. And maybe that's something in our systems we need to check with too. But and then she let her membership lapse because she didn't use it. So at the YMCA there's so much to do. There's lots of different ways to butter a biscuit.
Absolutely.
So there's ways that you can get involved, and I just encourage those. If you've ever been thinking about it, I can promise you, if you've been thinking about a way that the YMCA could probably help, you're 100% right. We probably can, and I just encourage you to reach out and take that first step.
Now's the time, right?
That's right.
Today's
the
day.
That's right. Let's see. I've covered all that there. We covered some childcare. One of the cool things about our after-school program is the drop-in rate. So if you don't really need us on a full-time basis, there's a drop-in rate that you can use, on a daily. One or two times a week we'll allow that. But if you're going to bring your child 3 days a week or more, it's a weekly rate.
Okay.
It's just much easier for us to track, and at that point, there's not really much of a difference financially between 3 and 5 days. It may be $5 or $10 for the week, but it helps us manage the registrations and the scheduling and all of that.
There are a lot of people and kids to put in place.
Yeah. There's such a significant need, and I probably need to take the time here to touch on all of our community partners that make this possible. It is not an inexpensive thing to do, and the YMCA is very, very lucky to have so many community partners step up and help. The United Fund comes to mind. We're one of the agencies that they fund, and they've given us some help to be able to do this, but we still can't do it alone. So if anybody out there is a YMCA donor in the past or plans to be in the future, these are the things that your dollars go to, and it's such a significant need. So many of the families need this help, and they need the scholarship dollars to make it happen. And we're happy to be there for them to do that.
It's a great programming out there.
Yep,
Very
that's
much
right.
So.
How about aquatics here? Another cool thing in the after-school program, we have what's called a Safety Around Water grant, and to facilitate that grant, we have to have so many kids go through this program. And because we have a captive audience, right, with the after-school program, we're utilizing some of our after-school care kids to facilitate that grant. And it's really a win because there's a lot of kids that maybe not get an opportunity. We're going to have a great pool here in the near future,
Yes.
but over the last couple, we haven't, especially with the younger kids, they haven't been around a pool. And this is an opportunity for them to become acclimated with around water, and we can kind of partner with our schools and that grant to make that happen. So we're excited about that. It's a nice marriage of opportunity there.
Two programs coming together for one good cause.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
If there is someone listening and maybe they're interested in getting their child in that program, do they just need to call the Y?
Yes, they call and speak with our aquatics director, Shauna Gordon. They can put you in touch with the front desk. Will be able to put you in touch with her there. We can facilitate a way for you to be in safety around water, or we have monthly swim lessons. So I would encourage that too. Every month we put out a swim lesson opportunity. It's usually advertised on our website. You can also walk in the door to find out about that. But I would encourage people who, if they've got young kids that need the opportunity to learn how to swim, we've got great swim instructors, and we're bringing some new ones on too.
Oh,
so
fun.
I'm really excited about that. We have. It's such a need, and when you don't have, like I said, a pool for the last couple of years, I'm so thankful that Parks and Rec and our county officials have done that, and it's going to be a really cool thing. But we want to make sure our kids are prepared and safe to swim. So there's lots of opportunities to be involved with our aquatics program from a very young age. So I would encourage you to reach out to the YMCA and learn more about that.
Very good.
When it comes to registration, so one of the things that the YMCA has long done is our youth basketball program. And I know it's only August 13th?
13th,
August
yes.
13th. I know it's only August 13th, but when you put a program on that size and it's that large and we accommodate so many kids, we've got to start early. So our registration is going to open on August 31st.
Oh, wow.
For our first session. We're going to run 2 sessions this year. Our first session is going to run the week after fall break through the 1st of December. It's a 6-week league. We will end registration on September 30th. We'll have a coaches meeting on October 6th that hands out all the teams, and we will start practicing and playing games the week after fall break.
All right.
So to put that on, to put that size of a league on, we need a lot of lead time. We need a lot of preparation because it's no small thing to put that on.
There's a lot of kids that participate.
Yes, and I'm trying to remember the exact number. It's somewhere between the 2 sessions last year. It was like 330 kids registered between the 2 sessions. So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, but that's
it's
great.
A lot of herding cats.
Our
Right?
our community does great in that, and that's basketball is I'm very close to that. It's very important to me as I've grown up and I've played and mentored and coached and taught the game. At the YMCA level, and I want to stress this because I think the listeners should know this, at the YMCA level, this is an instructional, fundamental opportunity.
Just learning.
This is where kids are going to learn how to play the game. I love to compete. I love to win. But as kids get older, where winning and competing becomes more and more important and it becomes more of the focus, we can't do that at a high level if we are not teaching the fundamentals. So, of course, they're going to learn how to shoot and pass and dribble, but they're also going to learn how to defend and rebound. So a couple of the things that I really want us to focus on as a YMCA staff and our volunteer coaches is, yes, we want to compete and win, but we need to make sure that we're giving these kids the fundamentals to be successful at whatever level that they're going to end up playing the game at. So the grassroots part of this game is really, really important, and sometimes that can get lost. Like I said, I love to compete. I love to win. But when you're talking 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids, maybe even 9, 10, 11-year-old kids, they need exposure to those fundamentals. So we're really going to focus on that this year.
What grades or ages is registration open for?
So great question. I think I don't have that in front of me. I think the youngest league is ages 4, 5, and 6. And then I think the next one is maybe either 7, 8 or 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to do a 9, 10, and 11 or a 10 and 11.
Okay.
So details will be coming out on that in registration. I would encourage folks to be looking for that to open on August 31st. Of course, again, you can register in person at the YMCA, but I would really encourage you to go the route of the website and registering that way because of the scale of the league and there's so much going into the organization of it, it really helps us if we're able to funnel that through the website and be able to collect that all that information digitally.
All right, so stay tuned to the website.
That's right. And our website is new. It was launched a few months ago, and we're it's always evolving. You know, we're learning how to utilize that tool to make us more efficient as a business, really. Even though we're a nonprofit, we still want to be as efficient as possible. We realize that people, that's not maybe some of the avenue that they want to use to come in. So you're welcome to come into the YMCA and, you know, use the old pen and paper. That's a totally fine option. But if you're able to use the website, we do encourage that.
All right. What is that website?
It is www.dscymca.org. Probably another good opportunity that this is an association-wide opportunity. So although we're going to house it here in Decatur County, Shelby County, because they're a part of our, and really any child can come register. Whether you're a member or a non-member, we have room for both. But us and the Shelby County Y will be putting this on. We're going to house it all at the Decatur County Y. We're not going to be traveling for games back and forth. Everything's going to be at the Decatur County Y as far as the games go.
One location.
One location.
All right.
Let's see. Let's move on to pickleball here. Last time I was in here, we talked about the pickleball league. That is wrapping up next week. The participants in that have had a really fun time. I've been in there the last few weeks in the evenings and kind of kicked it off and watched it go, and they are having a lot of fun. It's purely recreational, so I think this is one of the pickleball's fairly new. We talked about this last time, and we have opportunities all over the community. You got a couple courts at Rebecca Park. You've got one out here at the City Park. You've got the Armory courts that are indoors. But there's not really a location for a large group of people. You know, at the YMCA, we only have 3 indoor courts. So there's a little bit of a barrier for us to do something on a large scale. But what we would like to do, the role we'd like to play is to introduce people to the game. We're good at that. We have people that play purely recreationally, and they're more than happy to, you know, have a new member come in or even a non-member come try the sport, and it doesn't take long to pick it up. So if you're curious about it, if you've ever wanted to know anything about the game, come on in, use a daily guest pass fee, $10, learn a little bit about the game, and see if that's something you might be interested in long term.
It could be a new hobby you pick up.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. Let's see. And I think I'm going to wrap up with wellness. We have a couple cool wellness opportunities. I don't have a date on this yet. We're going to be working with our DCMH partner and offering a flu shot clinic at the YMCA this year.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to release any details on that because we're still finalizing a date and then where we're going to host it. I think I have an idea, but we haven't come to an agreement exactly how that's going to work. But it's probably going to be early October. Obviously, the community is going to be welcome to come in and utilize that. As I understand it, everything's run through insurance now with flu shots, so it's not a free offering. It's going to be run through your insurance. And then we also have a blood drive. It's a mobile unit, going to be on September 15th.
Critically important, right?
Yes, yeah, right. Like, I have a very good friend in the golf business that donates I don't know if it's every month. I think it's probably every month. And he's done it for years. And I see that so often, and I thought, boy, if we had an opportunity to do that on a really consistent basis, I think we could really make an impact.
Absolutely.
So this is really cool. It's September 15th from 3 to 7 p.m. It's a mobile unit. I think that's just like a truck or
an RV type of thing.
Yes, exactly right. Exactly right. So that's going to be 3 to 7 on the YMCA grounds. So I would encourage everybody to come out and donate. You know, you're helping somebody that you're never going to know what kind of impact you make, but there's no doubt there's an impact you're making there.
And the supply right now is so short.
Yeah, I'm actually not super familiar with that whole environment. So that's more your speed.
Yes. So anyone that's able to donate, it's highly encouraged right
That's
now.
Great. That's great. I guess what I would just leave with is overall, I think I said it before, but if at any point in the distant past or the recent past that you've thought about coming in for any particular reason, but you're just not sure, you're just not going to know until you make that step. So anybody listening, if you need some help in the fitness area, or you need some help in the aquatics area, or you want to know some membership, just make the phone call. Shoot an email. My email is bfox@dscymca.org. Let's try that again. bfox@dscymca.org. There we go.
Got lots of letters.
There's lots of letters there, yeah. And there's a couple of similar ones in there, so I've got to get them right. Just shoot me an email. Give us a call. Come on in. We don't want there to be a barrier to anyone bettering themselves through their wellness journey. So I think that's all I have for you this morning.
If someone's looking for the YMCA, where are they going to find it?
www.dscymca.org.
All right, and physically, you're located right off the bypass.
Right off the bypass. Our address is 1 YMCA Way, but it's right at the bypass there. If you turn at the BP, I believe it's the BP, our red sign is right there, and we'll just take that lane back, and we're located back in that area.
All right, and again, just walk in, and you can get all the answers. Right?
Please, we love walk-ins. We love seeing new faces and having new conversations. It's one of my favorite parts of the day.
And I think you hit a good point earlier too. If you older have insurance and not sure if it covers it, a lot of them do cover the Silver Sneakers program. So
they do. And if you come in and you're wanting to utilize the facility that day, and you come in and it doesn't work out that your insurance covers it, but you want to attend a class or something, say, hey, I'm here. I want to use the facility today. Is Brad around? And I'll come out and I will make sure that happens.
All right, very good. Well, we enjoy having you on each month. We look forward to next month basketball. Stay aware because that's going to open up registration
August 31st.
Okay, and you only have through the end of September. So
that's right, one full month, and then we'll get it all put together and ready to go for the end of October.
All right, sounds good. Thanks so much for being with us today.
Thank you.
It's 8:57 on Tree Country 13.